So dogs and women, they can be loved unconditionally, but men are the ones that they're loved on what they can provide. You know, are they providers? Can they support?
Unconditional love at the end of the day? Like women are you know, loved unconditionally.
Yeah.
Men, we're loved. We can't be loved unconditionally, because if we don't, then we're thrown to the fucking wolves. We are living in a day and age right now in a society where like, it's like having like women being able to have kids is an amazing thing, but it's also like, it's not so much of an amazing thing as well too. Like they're not championing what it takes
to be a mother.
Yes.
It's a hard thing.
Like that's like one of the most beautiful things in the fucking world.
Yes. And
so it's like, so for women to just do that.
Yeah.
Oh no, like you're like, no, you gotta do more. Like what?
There was a video that I saw that I forgot what it was, but it was on. It was a pretty big page, and it was on YouTube. And she was saying how it's all become like it's extreme feminism, where now it's no.
Yeah, I don't get down with that shit.
Women are only, and we said it before. Women are only considered successful or great women, great people if nowadays they run these companies and they have their money up and they're established all this stuff. But what they're not taking into consideration is biologically, like women, like you can do something that men cannot, and that's bear children and literally bring someone here,
create life,
raise them, nurture them, teach them everything. That is so beautiful that a man can do. But now that's almost seen as whatever, like you said, like, oh, it's a beautiful thing, but it's also not as important because where's your money at? And I feel like that extreme feminism that it's pushing towards, well, no, women need to grow here, opportunity here, and do this over there. Sure, there should be a balance, but there's also biologically that we need to accept that women, what you do is more than a man can ever do in that sense.
Yeah, in that sense.
And you deserve credit. Don't think that this needs to be a competition.
The priceless joy and also the priceless gift that they can pretty much give is basically what these modern women are going away from.
Yes.
Not all,
I agree.
but the general consensus of it.
Yes.
And then what happens is they get these degrees, they get these jobs, certifications, all that stuff, and become a CEO, which is fantastic. But then when they're 40, 45, 50, they're like, oh no, I actually want to start a family now. And then I'm like, you fucking missed it. No. like it's a hell shame. No. Now they can probably find somebody that can suit that. But like, here's the problem. Men of greater stature that have status, that have clout, that are great men in all
high value men.
And high value men.
Whatever
like
you want to call it,
they're not looking for that because they're looking for younger women that can pretty much provide them what they really want, which is to be able to start a family.
Right.
This is like the age-old fucking conversation that gets tiring. So it's like,
I think it's important for women to have the option to, if they want to be mothers, be mothers. If they want to be business owners, be business owners.
Yes, and we're not talking about that.
Right.
That's fantastic.
The truth of the matter is, there's millions of women that cannot be mothers because they can't bear children.
Facts.
So are they less of a woman because they can't have children?
I won't say that. I won't say that.
Exactly.
That's not the issue, bro. The issue is that having your cake and wanting to eat it too.
You know,
but women should be able to do both. There's millions of women who can be.
They do both, but to be able to attract the man that they want,
they have.
Right.
It's hard to do both.
Yeah, it's hard to do both.
Not saying that you can't.
Yeah.
But
it could be possible, but then it comes with you. And I hate the saying of, be realistic. But if you're going to dedicate your entire life to building this and reaching here and getting to this point, you then can't complain and say, oh, I wish I had children.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try to make this parallel real quick. You know what it's the same. You know what it's like. You know what it's like. I'm gonna try to be as PC as possible. It's like, because you work out, you do your thing, right?
Sure.
Okay, right. You know what I'm saying? How much?
I do too. Don't think this. Don't get confused.
Bro. I can't see you, bro.
Tell me too, dog.
Y'all crazy though. It's like this. It's like in certain aspects, not all, but most of the part, it's like you wanting to lose fucking weight and fat. But you out here fucking eating fucking Haagen-Dazs and eating fucking Oreos.
Okay, so we're
every fucking day.
Yeah,
dog, you're not putting yourself in a position to get the results that you want.
Sure.
And then you can now complain that you aren't getting the results
And you're
when
fat
you're
as fuck.
eating all your ice cream.
Thank
and
you.
stuff.
Yeah.
I get that. That's what I understand.
All I'm saying. That's
what I get.
all I am saying. I'm not saying that women can't do this, women cannot do that.
No. I get what you're saying.
That is what I literally just said.
It's funny because a couple of weeks ago, months ago actually, we had a guest on and she's an entrepreneur and she's a business owner and all that, but she wants to have kids, down the line. And she always said, hey, listen, I want to have kids, but I don't want to say use the word just, but I don't want to be just a housewife or a mother. I want to have kids and then, go back to the workforce and have my own business. I want to be able to do both. And so there's a lot of women who say, you know what? I don't just want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to have kids and have my own business. Mm-hmm. So
then it also depends on who the partner is, because maybe they say, well, I just want you to take care of my children. I'm good. Like, I got us. Do whatever you want with it.
And then maybe that type of man that they want or whatever they'll probably get is not a high value man. It's a person that is like a average, making man.
And the example I
Which
gave,
is fine.
She's in a relationship with somebody who is also an entrepreneur and business owner, and so they're working towards something greater. So at some point, I believe that he will be a high value man.
Partnership is great right there,
Right.
because they're working together. But at times, depending on what a woman wants, which is maybe like, mostly, because women are naturally hypergamous.
I don't even know what that means.
So hypergamy is,
what that means?
Yeah, it's like you
date up. You date up.
Yeah,
That's what it
It's
is.
women do not date down; they
That's
date
an
up.
SAT word. I don't know about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like
got it,
us, like it's for them, like they date men that are higher stature, that are making more, that are sometimes really taller as well too, like that can teach them. But what happens is when it comes to the whole 50-50 part, it's good up until the woman does not feel like they are in a hypergamous situation, because naturally they are. And then sometimes the ramifications of that can lead up to divorce, which is very, very high these days.
Sure.
I see.
Why do you at the end of the day, like we talk about love and all that stuff, but like, unfortunately, what is it? The first 2 years of marriage, 51% of marriages falter. And then 80% of that 51% is created by women. And most of that 80% is because of finances.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh shit.
Finances and children. Which
Mostly finance, which kind of goes hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand.
definitely.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. Yeah, money's a big problem. No. I get it.
It's a whirlwind.
Yeah, I mean, I love the discussion. I love it. It's
Yeah.
super exciting. I think the bottom line is obviously, people should do, obviously what they want to do.
Yes,
and some
absolutely.
People, they want to be entrepreneurs and business owners. You have to understand that this comes with a lot of sacrifice, especially when you want to raise children. So, and then you have to be with somebody who aligns with that idea.
Yeah,
It's like,
facts.
Because I get down, I want to have kids. I want to get married. Coffee breakup blows up. I would want my wife to be at home with the kids and stuff like that. But at the same time, if she'd want to go, and do this, I would support her.
So I would encourage. I would want to encourage her to
follow
if you
your
want-
dreams. What are your dreams? Some people they want to have kids, but they want to do other things as well. And I would cherish that as well.
I saw a video. One of my friends sent it to me. He said it was it was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and Jordan Peterson was on it, and they were talking about the what it's like. I want to retire. What do you want to do when you're done? He goes, oh well, I want to live on the beach and just drink a margarita or whatever. And he's like, but that's not what retirement is. Like, that's not what you truly want. Like, what do you truly want? You can only do that for so long, but what? You get dehydrated, you get sunburned. Like, that's not really what life is. You got a little bit of the white paper on your forehead. Yeah,
I'm a fucking mess.
You got it. There you go. But it's like there's more. Like, what do you really want to do? I know what your passion is not sitting on a beach drinking a margarita. So I think in this case we could tie it to with women. Like, sure, like maybe being a mother is your goal, but is that only what you want? And if what you do want is more, to do something not differently. You're always gonna be a mother, but if you want to add on, or like you said, encourage to do something else, you should do it. It shouldn't just be like, well, you're a mother. Well, that's it. You should.
I'm not for limiting women. Like, no, that's wrong.
And now is the time to do all the things that women weren't able to do 50 years ago. So that's what we're saying. Like, it's so many doors are open in options. And truth of the matter is, it sounds great on paper to be at home and be a stay-at-home, mom or wife or whatever. But that stuff gets boring really quick.
So I would say this, because unfortunately, at times, depending on what you're looking for, that can actually come at a cost. So they had a study as far as like going after for what you want, like going with women after what they want, but then if they also want kids, but then like they get too old to the point of having kids and they can't have kids. So let me just preface this.
But before you continue, there's also the other side of imagine you have kids early, and then you never are able to achieve what you've always wanted to achieve. There's also that side as well.
Well,
but please,
I think the that's also very, very valid too. But I think what I'm talking about is women's, like, I guess the ultimate goal for them, at least, you know, for some of them, not all of them, preferably to have kids. Right. I think that's what it is. So they had a study where they surveyed a whole bunch of women that were like 40, 45, 50, even 60, CEOs, business women, executives and all that. And they asked them, they were like, hey, if you know, most of them, all of them did not have any kids, no family whatsoever. They were just focused on their career. And a lot of them, most of them said that they do regret basically trading their eggs for a career. Like, if they can do it all over, they will actually start a family.
I mean, that I feel like that is an extreme that does happen, but I feel like you can do both. I feel like you can excel in your career.
But I think that's also hindsight.
And have kids.
That's also hindsight. Because think about it, because you have.
So here's the thing. I kind of sorry to cut you off, but I think
could you have?
I think what we are pretty much talking about is not about having both. Is basically having, like, getting the results that you want as far as like, the type of man that you want.
I see what you're saying.
In a family, you know what I'm saying? That's what. Yeah.
No, I see. I see what you're saying.
Earlier on, a couple of minutes ago, you said you mentioned what high value men are looking for in a woman. Do you have any examples of what those are? Like, maybe in particular you, or like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
what's the qualifications?
Yeah, like, what do you look? What do high value men look for in a woman?
Oh, what does high value man look for a woman?
In a woman. What do you think?
Usually, if they're fit, feminine, and friendly, that's number one. If they're actually like me, like I look for a woman that's like nice, like you're pleasant to be around, that
Definitely
you're not a fucking headache. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Be nice, please.
Yeah, don't be annoying.
Yeah, for real. On some levels, also cooperative.
Cooperative.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
So okay, now we get a little try. Like, yes, you know, fuck it, we're here. Yes, cooperative. Yes, like not saying that you can't challenge me, because I want a woman that just challenged me, but
someone who wants to work with you.
Yeah, but at the same time too, is like, for me, like, I am more of a leader than a follower, and like I always lead in my relationships naturally, because of, not only because I'm a man, but because of what I bring to the situation.
Sure.
You're also like very tall, so you got to lead.
Yeah,
because if you're walking,
listen, at the end of the day, women
way.
Listen, naturally, like, on some real shit, like, women love leaders. Like, women want a man to lead them. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like. And it's not about just like, oh, they just want a man to lead them. Yes, they do. But that man also needs to have qualifications to have that reward for them to lead them. Like, you can't just be a man and be like, yo, listen, I'm a fucking man. Like, you gotta listen to me.
Yeah. No,
dog. Well, go ahead.
No. Because I think a lot of men want women who just follow what they're saying, but it's like, you gotta lead the way.
Bro. It's not because you have a fucking a dick and balls in between your fucking legs
that says I'm supposed.
That says that you're supposed to listen to me.
It's like, where are we going? If you're leading, what
do you have a plan? Are you assertive? Right. Are you strategic as well too? Are you resourceful?
Can you execute?
Can you provide? Like, those are the things that, you know, that needs to be coupled into, and also as far as being a man, to basically lead a woman.
And you got to be confident. You got to know what you're doing. You know, like, because if I'm following you as a woman, for example, I got to know that you're not leading me off a cliff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So just to kind of elaborate on that.
Yeah, no, I think most people don't like making decisions. They want decisions to be made for them. Concierge service.
Yes.
See what I mean?
Going right back to that.
There you go. You see, everything is full circle. Yeah. But at the same time, there is a select few leaders. And I don't want to say it's just men, mostly men. And I think that's more systemic and their upbringing. But most men are kind of put in positions where they have the opportunity to lead, and they take advantage. But not everyone is willing to do so. There's then a filtered set of people who have what it takes. Not just dick and balls. It's also that I'm strategic, that I'm resourceful, that I'm confident. Those are all factors that not a lot of women.
And also people who are also disagreeable as well too. Like, the more successful you are is actually the more disagreeable you are. I don't know if you knew that. So usually men are naturally disagreeable, and that's also attributed to how successful you are. Women are more agreeable naturally.
You mean agreeable in the sense like when you say something, whether they choose to
agree or not, like men tend to debate or tend to argue.
You know what? I agree with you. I do agree because I've noticed that. I don't want to say it's a woman thing. I think it's more towards women, but I think it's more people who just don't like making decisions. They're willing, which women maybe, that they're just like, oh, whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want. Like,
You're spot on.
You see what I mean? Like it's not like they're like you can tell them something and it's something they're gonna be like, no. They'll just be like, yeah, okay.
Let's try it out.
We make this. Listen, we make this joke about like women don't know necessarily what they want to eat. But that shit goes deep. That shit goes deep, bro. If you really think about it, like it goes into what we're talking about. I was like, them.
And we're here saying it's about like eating lunch.
No, bro. It's like, listen, like I have never met a woman that knows what they want to eat.
Yeah,
like, and naturally she's like, oh no, listen, like I want you to make a decision. Go right ahead.
Yeah, right. And that you are already programmed. As
and
a
I'm
leader
to
say,
I get it. Not just as a man, but also as a leader because I'm already I
also think it helps the fact that you have your concierge service because that's literally what you do.
I'm a natural planner, bro.
Exactly.
I love that.
I can just imagine you like, man, you probably set up some nice ass dates, bro.
Of course.
Hell yeah. Bro, serenade probably like.
I'm actually doing my concierge company actually is curating a Valentine's.
I was thinking that Valentine's special.
Yeah. We're doing an experience.
I'm gonna hit you up, man. Hit you up. I need to plan like a picnic or some shit like that.
No, yeah, we're doing that. We're like personal shopping. Like if you want to get picked up with either Rolls Royce or maybe like in transportation, private security as well too, and also like exclusive dinners, pretty much just for the two, yeah. Yeah, let me know. For real, I can set some shit up for you.
Yeah, that is badass.
Yeah, dope. We'll put all that in the description.
Damn. Wait. How do we get to decisions? Oh, you dating. You were making a good.
You know, it's funny because like, bro, like you were saying, you love planning. I love when I travel, I plan everything. I just tell my girl like, hey, just wear this.
Your girl. This. We went to Europe. We went to Amsterdam, Budapest, and Prague.
I like.
And I literally just land there. It's cool because we didn't really have much planned. Yeah. But knowing that he travels all the time, we literally got anywhere and he like, boom, goes over here, runs over here, talks to this guy.
Yeah.
Now, over here, and I'm like,
real quick.
Where am I?
I am not saying in any shape or form that women cannot make decisions.
No.
Please, for God's sake.
No.
However, most women would choose not to. like
especially if they have someone who's
that they are basically that they actually trust to basically make natural hypergamy. It's a real thing. Look it up. Like,
it's also thoughtful when like let's say you made plans for the person. You say like, hey, let's go out at this time. We're gonna go here and here. I'll pick you up. You making the plans. You making the effort of arranging certain things
and making their life simpler
and easier.
Making it like seamless. Like okay, now I don't have to waste time or think about.
I just gotta worry about what I'm gonna wear. That's it.
I just gotta show up.
Because think about it. It does like from a natural standpoint, it does actually make sense. How long does it take you to get ready? Don't lie.
Not
like what? 5 minutes? How long does it take your girl to get ready?
She's quick. She's quick.
Okay, but say
she's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Okay, but it's longer. But it's longer though, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's more, and I think, and this is actually something I'm actually thinking about right now with women. Not all, but I think for most of them, it's a process for them to get ready, get their dress, makeup, and all that hair, this and that, right? It's a routine.
Yeah.
They are putting so much thought into that. Why else do they want to think about anything fucking else when it comes to going out? No, for real. Think about it. No, really think about it. Like this is like a fucking revelation right now in your fucking podcast. I got chills. No, I got chills.
It's gonna be a snippet.
I really got chills. It makes sense. In that standpoint, it makes sense for us to do all the planning.
Yeah, we don't do shit before.
Yeah, bro, what
the least we could do is plan the day while they tried so hard to like plan this, the hair, the makeup, the eyelashes, the nails, the dress. The boots. And I'm just, you're like,
putting in some jeans and a shirt.
That's most clean.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking.
No, I'm bullshit. But think about it. Damn, it's true.
It's true.
Because in those extra 15 minutes that you have while she's still getting ready, that's you just plan it.
Yeah. Where are we going? I got it.
And that is the like for her. That's pretty much like the ultimate reward for everything to have set up. Because she took all the time to get ready and to get her everything did up, whatever, and pretty much be prepared for you. The least thing you can do is have shit fucking in order. The least you can fucking do.
Can you imagine she wastes her entire time? Like, where are we going? You're like, oh, I don't know.
Bro, what?
I would be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Same thing with my fucking concierge. It's like, yo, they pay all this goddamn money. And it's like, okay, hey, where's that itinerary? Oh, I don't know.
Give me 1 second. I'm
figuring it out.
I'm not sure yet.
No, that'll be the last time I'll fucking see that client.
Exactly.
That'll be the last time that you'll see that girl.
Exactly.
Kind of different though, because they're paying you.
I got you.
She's not paying you.
Yeah. No, but
well, it's different. It's different levels of currency.
Yeah.
All levels of currency. Listen, there's different levels of currency. Not all currency. Not all currency is just money.
Is monetary. Yeah.
Sure.
Levels of currency can also be time as well too. Time exchange.
Time, effort.
Yeah, preparation.
I'm following
different levels.
I'm following you.
Yeah, the different levels of currency, bro.
Damn, that was a.
You've been dropping some bombs here, dude.
I gotta like come back. I'm like floating still. I'm like trying to get back to Earth to come back. Damn, man. So, all right. Well, it seems like all right. You probably set up some great dates not only for other people but for yourself. Mm-hmm. But now I'm thinking, man, how is dating for you? You're a tall motherfucker, dude. Is it easier to date because of your height? Is it?
So here's the thing, like. They do say that usually taller men like shorter women, even though it's all same size in the bed. I mean,
relative.
True,
relatively,
the taller you are, like short to you is still probably tall for me.
Yeah,
You're how tall?
I'm 6'11".
You can date anybody.
A
literally.
6'1" chick is taller than me.
So you know this girl named E. Cambridge? E. Cambridge. She's like she's WNBA NBA player.
Yeah,
she's 6'8".
It's gonna pop into the screen right now.
Yeah,
we're watching this. So.
6'8".
You could date her.
I have no problem taking her on a date.
That's what for her.
E. Cambridge. If I'm pronouncing your name right,
Liz.
Yeah,
Liz.
Yeah.
Cam. Oh, I've seen her.
Yeah.
Wasn't she like
she's
modeling?
She's gorgeous.
Is she the one that did the OnlyFans thing? Was she the one that?
I don't know about OnlyFans.
There was like a WNBA player that she's like, fuck all that.
If you would have shown me the picture, I would have.
I don't think she does OnlyFans.
Maybe not, but I'm gonna find her. I think it is her, dude. It definitely is. Type in her name.
She's 6'8", bro.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
She is an Amazon.
Yeah.
So
wow.
So
dating for you.
Oh look.
Yeah. So I mean, I can pretty much date any like size of woman, which is fine. I've dated tall, I dated medium, I dated 4'11", 4'10".
Jesus.
Yeah, like in high school, I was dating
someone as tall as your kneecaps.
Yeah, suck you off.
Yeah.
Standing.
Yeah. So But well, I'm sorry. What was?
No, I was asking. So do you have a preference of being like tall? Is it easy? Like, do more women flock to you because of your height? I would assume so.
Yeah. I mean, people flock to me regardless.
Yeah.
But on a woman, like from just women in general, like I've actually had women actually tell me that I was too big and too tall. Like before the bedroom.
I could see that.
Just joking. Not really, but.
So, do you have like a preference? Like, what are the type of girls you go for? You have a preference?
Okay, so are we talking about just like straight shallowness right now, or like what?
No, I mean
like ass tits. Like, is that what we're doing?
Yeah. What do you saying like what he's attracted to? Or you
yeah. Like, what's like your dating?
I do like preferably number one black women.
Are you exclusively dating black women, or is that
that's number one? Like, I would love to marry a black woman.
Why is that? You're 100% like black.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Well, I would just like to have a black family.
Okay.
I do think that not from a love standpoint, but also from a political standpoint, as far as furthering and also elevating the black community, we do need to date within our races.
True, but do you think that? But do you feel like you're limiting yourself to maybe what like? I mean,
see, here's the thing, and okay, like real quick, this is where I get kind of mad because for some, not you, but just in general, whenever like when Jewish people do it, Asian people do it, Indian people do it, everybody else, Spanish people, even Cubans do it. Nobody fucking bats an eye.
No, I'm not even. I'm saying it in general. I would even ask a Cuban because if
I would ask in general. If someone who's Cuban comes in, usually that's not. Usually they don't ask that question. Like, just like, okay, yeah, fine. But when a black man, especially wants to date a black woman, is like, oh, why did you?
No, because I could have sat here. And I can see like, oh, I want to marry. Like if I say, oh, I only want to marry a Cuban.
Yeah. I would ask the same thing.
You're going to be like, well, why not? There's so many other people out there. Like what's to say that now? So if I were to meet someone who's like exceptional, an amazing person, but she's like, oh, I'm from Ireland with her accent or whatever the fuck. I'm going to be like,
can't date her.
Because I want a Cuban family. See, like, dude, that's why I'm asking. Yeah, fuck all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm saying for that. Do you feel like maybe you can limit yourself? Like, what if you really find someone like you're a very popular guy. You're involved with a lot of people, heavy network. You might meet someone and you're like, damn, this girl's she ain't black, but she's still baddie.
I hear you. I definitely.
You wouldn't think that maybe you'll be, because now you're limiting yourself. What do you really like this person?
Because
no, but she's not black.
Yeah, because of her skin color.
I do think that, and this is just me.
Sure.
We as, because we're so far behind, and I don't want to make this like a black thing right now, but I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna clear out. I'm gonna say this shit, and I'm gonna clear out. Especially since black people are very behind right now, and we do have like plights that a lot of other races doesn't necessarily go through. Yeah. Give or take, no, right?
I understand.
From a political standpoint, it does actually help us from a socio-economical, from a spiritual standpoint as well too. It's just financial to pretty much date within us to pretty much further the black community.
Do you think it'll always be like that?
What?
Do you think that it's always going to be like that, or do you feel like it'll eventually catch up to?
I mean,
like not needing.
Hopefully,
that.
Hopefully it will. I mean, there's things that's happening right now that's kind of evening the playing field, like crypto, like Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Which, right. Just wanted to say that and also clear out as well too. Because it's not a fucking Bitcoin conversation. It's just sad. And I'm not saying that you're saying this, but like I've had conversations about this where like, yeah, I do want to like people want, especially like the black community or like black women, like they do want, people do want us to like date outside, which is fine. I don't mind. I do date other races.
Yeah,
of course. Like I do that. But like my ultimate goal is to marry and date a black woman.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not just love for me.
It's also culture.
It's culture as well too. It's political as well.
That's why I'm okay. So I'm bringing it up because you see, these are important conversations that maybe no one would have ever thought of. You know, this is important to you.
Yeah.
And if I can bring someone else, I'll bring someone else who's black, and then they're like, oh no, I only like dating white chicks. Like that's their thing.
Which would be a huge problem on the socials because
maybe it might. But you know what? Like, who would I be to judge them because now they only date? That's why I'm bringing it up. Like I'm trying to understand, and I'm sure other people are watching. Like, oh, maybe they're the same. I bet you there's people that are home that they're like, you see, honey, that's what I've been saying this whole time. That's why. Or maybe to their boys, like, you see, that's why I don't date white bitches. You know, because that's
because
why
they won't understand the same problem.
So I would say this. I would say that it would probably behoove, especially black men, to date black women or at least women of color, because, and I'm not saying that they ultimate shouldn't date white women, but it's whenever you do have things that do happen, there's a lot of things that happen to black people, especially black men, that other races just don't necessarily understand at all.
Right. Yeah,
and the last thing that I need, and to be very honest, let's say I need, if I were to marry a white woman, if I would like get beat up by the police, or if I would have things that happen to me from a racial injustice standpoint, and my woman cannot even relate.
But I feel like just because I get it, but you can still relate and be empathetic to something just because you don't share the same skin color.
It's difficult. It is very difficult. It is very difficult. It is very difficult.
It's difficult.
But I do understand. I completely understand what you're saying. It's just it's so unfortunate.
It is.
Society
that we live in that world.
That we've allowed that to happen for it to get to that point.
What I'm saying is that like every other race dates within their race, but then when black people want to date inside their race, like it's a problem. And I don't understand. If you want to date, no. I don't understand. I just don't understand. But then at the same time, like when we don't date black women and we don't marry black women, that's also a problem too.
So damn it if you do, damn it if you don't.
You've had direct challenge, like people have told you something because of that. You've had
like my friends, and I'm like, dog, like what
are they saying?
Shame, dude.
Here's the thing about me, bro. Like I said, it's more to me. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than me.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like I know for a simple fact that if I commit myself to a black woman, I'm pushing the envelope further to black communal prosperity, or at least
for future generations.
It's beautiful. No, I like that. I respect it.
Now, I mean, here's another thing too, is like, you know, the black genes are dominant at the end of the day. So no matter who you date, you're also going to have that dominant gene when it comes to that. But for me is like I would rather now like for me it's black, Spanish. I mean, also I dated Filipino before, which the Filipino are amazing. By the way.
Yeah.
They're amazing. Yeah, like they
Very
definitely
compassionate and
if you're really looking for like a submissive woman,
Really?
Filipino all day.
You know about that?
no, but I've heard great.
No,
things.
but you've traveled over this. You
Yeah.
probably met a lot of people.
Yeah,
and stuff like
and
that.
it's a different culture than Western society. Western
No,
society.
definitely.
For sure.
So yeah, definitely. You know, if I can help it, you know, black women all day.
That's
Awesome. I mean, we appreciate you coming on and talking to us about these subjects. You know, my dad's black, but my mom's white.
Yeah, I
if
get
it
it.
wasn't for my parent, like for interracial dating, I wouldn't be here.
I see. This is where.
So
That's where the conversation happens. It's
Yeah.
like I get it. I understand.
So you know, I was born and raised in Germany. Like my mom's white. My dad wasn't really much around. So my grandparents are white. I was raised around, predominantly white people. But I experienced racism when I was a kid growing up in Germany that my grandparents didn't understand about. My mom didn't really understand about. I mean, she was experiencing it too because she had mixed kids. So it was hard for her. So I can understand how you say, hey, listen, I want to have a partner who can understand the same struggles and for the future generations. And so I can understand and I respect that. So I appreciate you coming on here and talking about these issues because they're real issues.
Yeah.
Especially in America. And it's very polarizing and race is a big issue. I think more in America than in others. Yeah. More in America and then I think in a lot of other nations where people literally get killed because of their skin color.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a big topic.
So then, where do you think you're gonna find your special lady?
So I would say this. I do believe that you can find, you know, a man can definitely find a woman pretty much anywhere, especially, you know, when it comes like, I don't really believe in the whole fact of like, oh man, like, you know, like even if you're in the clubs and stuff like that, like, you know, like,
you met her at the club.
bro, you can't listen. I've met incredible people in the club.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
It depends why you're there because at the end of the day,
no facts.
you're there too. Like you can't be like, oh, I'm not gonna meet anyone.
Well, I would
good.
say this. My brother, who is he's younger, he's married, he's 30. He met his girl 8 years ago in the club.
Okay.
I mean, so it does happen.
Yeah,
but I mean, but it's not necessarily what.
No. Finish.
It's not necessarily about what I can find because at the end of the day, it's like there's 1,000 of them. There's only one of me. So I can find a woman, but like it's all about what I would say is this. It is tough, but it's from the reciprocal end as well too. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's what is. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot. Martin, pick it up.
No, I 100%. I think it ultimately depends on your values. If she's there because she regularly likes to go to the club,
Beautiful.
And if that's your scene, then great. That works for you. I mean, you're in the industry. You mingle around those people. It's important. For me, I don't know the last time I went inside a club. So, but if I were to go, it's probably because of a special occasion. Now I wouldn't be completely shut off if I were to meet somebody.
Right.
Yeah, and we do more things like that as far as clubs.
True.
Mainly person, like
I understand.
I think it comes down to purpose. That's what I was gonna say. So I'm so happy you said that. I think it comes down to purpose because being like, if I were to be also in the nightlife, we'll use that as the example since that's the topic. Every single weekend, it's like, and then I say no, I'm not gonna date anyone that I find in the nightlife industry. It's like I'm part of that community.
Yeah.
But now let's say if my purpose is just to go for someone's birthday and I meet someone who's there for their own birthday, it's not like that's their lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
we just cross paths at that time.
Right.
And I think that's what it is. I think my question more towards you, well, not even so much lifestyle, like nightlife, because you do so much. I think it ultimately just comes down to like with so much you have involved and so much that you kind of have your hands in, like where would you even think, like where do you most meet women that you feel you could find a quality woman?
okay.
Because at a nightclub, we can have that argument that we just said. But maybe at a grocery store,
I would say.
What do you think?
I like to meet. So I would say this. What I've realized is that I personally don't even like to let women know off rip what I do.
So what do you tell them?
I just tell them I'm an entrepreneur and I tell them about my other business as well too. But when it comes to, I actually learned this from like one of my best friends. I don't necessarily tell them that like I have like the keys to Miami because sometimes I can actually be interpreted and also be taken advantage. I could be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. Yeah.
So
It's just gonna use you for the
Access.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey.
It's kind of like, you know, a girl that can't come across as too easy. Like you can't just fuck me off the first night or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, you got to work for this. You got to work for this box. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like almost like the parallel.
He said, work for this box.
Yeah. You got to work for it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Work
like,
for this box.
No. If you give away, you know what I'm saying? If you give away the box, you know what I'm saying? Early, that's on you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. But for me, I'm learning that to find and to vet the right woman is to share other things about me that is not too, I guess, materialistic, I guess.
Okay.
Or not too, not like the coy, coy is the wrong word. Not to really show my hand too quick.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
What I'm
It's kind of like, okay, I'll say this. Can I say this real quick?
go, yeah.
It's kind of like being too nice. That parallel. You know that old saying, nice guys finish last, which I am a big fucking proponent on.
Okay.
And maybe we can do that shit on another bonus episode.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling you guys have like a different take on that shit. But yeah, I just don't necessarily want to show that off rip, especially if they haven't proven themselves, that I can literally, like, you know, not necessarily give them the world, but to become extra, like, you know, very valuable too quick.
For you to fully open up yourself to the right person, to really offer yourself to them to the best that you can be, to be the best man for them. Yeah. You want to make sure they're the right woman for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I tell men all the time, I'm like, look, like, you know, I had like, for some reason, like, I don't know, people just come to me like with their problems, and like I'm like low-key like a life coach. It's fucking weird, bro. It's like, dog, I have DMs and shit like that. People just ask me for advice or whatever.
That's how this started.
And then really,
that's how this started.
Oh shit, that's dope.
Everyone was running
that's
to me
dope.
for advice.
That's fucking dope.
Was one, and then we
nice. No, that's really fucking dope, guys.
Please proceed.
And I had this one guy in particular. He was like, man, you know, like I don't even know why, but like I just be getting like the wrong women, right? And I'm like, okay, that's fair, but so tell me what you do and all that stuff. And I didn't even look at his page yet. I just don't even want to look at his page. And he's telling me a little bit about himself, right? I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I'm like, let me look at your page. Lambos, money phones, jewelry, women all
the
like
flex.
The flex, right?
Lifestyle.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck do you expect? Like, you out here fucking putting money phones and doing all that shit, and then you bitch and complain about attracting a gold digger.
Yeah.
What do we say about women? And
same shit. It's the same shit. We talking about women when they come up, when they show their body and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then they complain about like people showing them, guys showing them dick pics. I'm like, dog, like,
and just lustering over them and all that.
Yeah,
stuff
dog, like what do you expect?
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking about it more because I always like to preach for, you know, for women because I want to be fair. But then I think, wait a minute, I'm not even being fair to myself.
Yeah, facts.
It's like you're here putting out all these like half naked pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You like, can you really get mad and but I'm happy with my body and all that stuff? And I'm like,
which is fine.
You have to understand. You can feel free about your body, but it's what you're trying to portray. Like, it was so funny. There was this one, porn star, Riley Reid or whatever. She posted something on her Instagram, and my boy sent it to me, and it was her laying down on the grass, butt naked, and it was like a very like scenic type thing, but she was naked there, and the whole post was about depression. I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
All right, so look,
I'm like, what?
The picture and her doing that and the free will for her doing that is completely right. It's completely, we're not even talking about that. And for me to even preface that, it's fucking stupid, but we have to.
Right.
But like I said, I think the preferences of our conversation with high value women and high value men and women and all that stuff is like, yo, like you're literally doing something, but you're expecting different results.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's a very harsh example.
It is what it is, but it's the same
like,
for men as well too, bro. Yeah. Stop fucking putting money phones and flexing on fucking gram and complaining about your fucking
like the bricks of
that's
money,
the stupidest shit in the world, bro. I hate when fucking people do it, and then expect to like get a good wholesome woman, and you could bitch and complain about like getting fucking gold diggers. It's the same thing with women, where it's like you show fucking tits and ass all the fucking time.
That's all you have to offer.
And that's all you have to offer. And then men are fucking nose diving into the fucking DMs, and all they want to do is fuck.
And not the right type of guy.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
What do you like? It don't. This shit is crazy.
Whatever you put out in this universe, it'll come back. And
Yeah,
so you,
facts.
whatever you want to, if you want to attract the right people.
So what I'm doing is, and like now this is like, when I do like start like, like dating or whatever, and like, or I guess seriously dating or whatever, I'm not going to even tell them about my concierge off rip. I'm not. I'll tell them. I'm gonna try it out. Maybe it won't work. Maybe it will. I don't know.
You can say like, oh no, yeah, like I have a concierge company where pretty much I deal with people and I just set up their stuff. Oh, like who? It could be anybody, literally. Oh, but like, where do you get? No one's gonna ask you that. Just be like, oh yeah, like I just make sure that if a customer comes to me or
now
I
women, I would say this though, like for women, I just want to necessarily just have fun with. Then like I could do whatever. But for women that I actually want to take seriously,
you would want them to take you seriously and not look at you as a check, like a wallet, a bag.
Yeah.
We're running out of time.
we have to
Jesus,
Yeah.
like just like opened up.
Yeah,
like,
we gotta do part two. We gotta do part two.
We'll do a part 2 for sure because there's so much I want to ask, and you have a lot more experience. You
Yeah.
you a little bit older than
Well,
us.
I'll be back, man. I will be
Yeah,
back.
and you're like a good. Like you're good and in front of
appreciate
the
it.
camera in front and talking and you have so much like you're comfortable speaking where we don't have to pry anything out of you. Like you want to talk. And that's we want guests like that.
Whenever you're ready to do part 2, man, we'll definitely get this to table it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's do
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Thank you, man.
Oh yeah. So before we go, we have like a quick little segment. Before we break up the coffee break. Before we break up, I'm sorry. We do have like a final thoughts. And the final thoughts you can direct it to us or to the camera, however. But in the final thoughts, pretty much anything that you live by or anything that you'd maybe like a special message that you want to tell people. And also at the end, you can then sell yourself, what you do, where they can follow you, all that stuff and all that good stuff.
So I would say one of the biggest quotes I have is like, when there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
Pretty much whatever you want in life, just pretty much go after it. If you definitely do have that will, if you do have that grit at the end of the day. And then within that, I do have a saying, no matter what you pretty much go through, like, that there's no way but up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like my mantra. Like, that's kind of like my thing. And if you want to guys find me, my Insta, I think everything, my socials, Marvel Bishop, my concierge company, Bishop Exec Services, only the best. That's on my IG as well too. And then on my creative side as well too, which is a whole other thing as well, VCB Network as well, and Convos with Bishop, where I interview, and I'm actually going to start interviewing people again, high net worth people, celebrities, influencers, models,
That's awesome.
in the nightlife and entertainment industry. That's going to be really, really big. So, yeah.
Not just that. I mean, you have a lot of I don't want to say instructional, but educational posts. Where you really talk about like what you've gone through or tips on how to succeed. Like it's really cool because the people, they don't know where to go, and literally in a 15 to 30 second clip, you're literally wanting to help people. And I've seen your outtakes too. They're actually pretty funny. We're like, fuck.
Yeah, definitely. But also one more thing I actually want to say is, man, I want to thank y'all.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. I want to thank y'all, man, for really like putting this platform, man. There are not too many. Number one, there's not too many like male podcasts out there that is fucking great, and there's not too many podcasts in the state of Florida or even South Florida that's even worth listening to. And the value that you guys pretty much put out, man, is fucking tremendous. So I fuck with y'all, man. And
thank you very much.
And thank you for allowing me to be the first black man of your pod.
Oh yeah, I told them it was a big deal. I was like, I just realized you're the first black guy.
Or full black.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Sorry, you got a mutt over here.
I got I'm half.
German
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But yeah, no, it was special because again, we're always trying to challenge the narrative, and we want to open up the platform. And one of the big things, like when I realized that, I was like, wait a minute, like. He's black. He's gonna be the first black guy that we have, and there's so much like value that you can bring as a black man. Experiences that maybe things. So I mean, we only scratch the surface. Like there's a lot more that we can talk about in just all aspects of everything.
Down for part 2, man. Whenever.
Dude, like, you coming on, it was truly very special. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the episode of the Coffee Breakup with a boy, Marvel Bishop.
If
you're watching us on Instagram, on YouTube, please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Instagram, TikTok, or if you're on the go, Spotify, iTunes. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook.
The website, coffeebreakup.com. Check us out, buy some merch, and support us. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank you very much.
Ciao, guys.
Later.